I thought I'd take you on a quick buggy tour today of the farm, and I'm going to be talking about the buggy. So I'm down the back of the property at the moment, and we've got these two drainways. There's one here, and I don't know if you can see the other one. It's got water through it. We've had a bit of rain, crazy. I think everywhere on the east coast has had rain. Yesterday it was like this. It's like blue sky. I'm not sure if you can see the sky. Blue open sky, a couple of clouds, and then in a matter of 2 hours it came over. Crazy storm, dropped a heap of rain. And then 2 hours after that, it came back, blue sky, and we're out doing things. So some crazy weather. So there's a bit of water around. The dog's loving the water. There's the kelpie just swimming in the water, loving the bubbles, looking for something to chase, because that's what you do when you're a kelpie. Let's go explore somewhere else here on the farm with the buggy. The solar powered buggy. More on that soon. It's a bit windy at the moment, but this here is the dam. We do a bit of swimming and kayaking, and this is just a recreational dam. I pump a little bit of water from it to wet down the compost. How about I show you the compost now? Here are the compost piles. This is mainly sawdust and horse manure, which comes from some local stables. We sometimes add a few guts in it from animals we harvest here on farm, sometimes pig guts, sometimes deer guts. In a couple of weeks there'll be some feathers, as I'll be processing some chickens, and sometimes some rabbits. Let's have a quick look at the rabbits. Hello little bunnies. So here are the rabbits. They're normally pastured rabbits, but because we've had a lot of rain, I've actually put some wood chip down here just to make sure they're up out of the wet ground. So they've got a little bit of wood chip in there, but we've got a few babies, and I've got a few various cages with rabbits in them. So that's a little bit of an update on the farm. What I'll do, I want to show you the veggie garden, and then I want to talk to you about the solar powered electric buggy. So it's been a couple of weeks since I've given you a vegetable garden update, and as I've said before with the vegetable garden, this is a collaboration effort. So it's not, when you look at what's here, it's not me just putting in 20 minutes a day and getting it to where it is now. There's a lot of people involved, and yeah, but we like having lots of people involved because that way we can share the passion, share the workload, and share the produce. Okay, so let's have a look at what we got. So we've got some snow peas here. This is what's great about having a vegetable garden. I want to eat it now, but then you'll just hear me chew. I can edit that out. Wow, they're really nice. I just want to eat more now. So we've got snow peas here. And then we've got climbing beans down there. Then we've got more snow peas. I'm sort of on the outside of the garden. More snow peas. And then we've got sugar snap, which is their peas in the pod. I think they're called sugar snap. Here we've got wicking beds. So the water is sort of in the bottom of those pots and things. And then we've got various rows, which is looking a lot better. There's the Qantas Link plane. There you go. If you're flying out of Port Macquarie to Sydney on Qantas Link, look out your left window. You'll see me. Okay, let's have a look here. So this looks like broccoli. We've got these new hoses in place, and they've got like little holes in them. See those little holes? So they can... Oh, it's not focusing. Anyway, there's little holes in those. So this is broccoli. Check that out. Boom. Check that out. So broccoli, we've got red onion, we've got silver beet. Look at silver beet. This is so satisfying, this part here, when you just go, yeah, we put veggies in, and we're starting to get something. Celery, still small, but it's coming up. This looks like beetroot, a bit of pak choi, Chinese cabbage. Some of it's going to seed because we've got we've probably had too much rain. This here, oh, I'll show you this. Check this out. This is a sprinkler. Good thing it's turned on tonight. A sensor sprinkler powered by solar that keeps the feral deer off our vegetable garden. So if anything walks in front of it, it'll sense and it'll spray out some water, and it just recharges the battery by the solar panel. So that's pretty cool. So it keeps deer and other feral things off our garden. And if you forget it's on and it's at night time and you walk through the garden, it will wet you as well. It does not discriminate. This are some, I'm assuming that's purple cabbage. Purple cabbage. And then up here, so all this is planted out now because it's springtime. I forget everything that's planted out, but we've got some big trellises. Here's a tip. If you're getting trellises, get concrete reinforcing mesh. This is the stuff here. It's 6 meters long by 2.4 high. You'll probably have to get a truck to deliver it because it ain't going to fit on your roof racks. But it's $80 or $100 for a full sheet, 6 meters by 2.4. If you go to your hardware store and say, can I have like a growing trellis, you'll get something that's like 2 meters by 1 meter, and you'll probably pay $50. The good thing about this, it's got really big squares, so which is good because if you've got cucumber and they grow on here, if the mesh is too small, the cucumbers can actually grow around the trellis, which could still happen here, but when the squares are bigger, it's a lot easier just to move the little cucumber to one side so it doesn't grow through your trellis. So we've got a bunch more rows here. I'm sure I can do more updates as more happens. Tomorrow, what we're going to be doing, I don't know if I'll be here filming tomorrow, we'll be extending the cardboard out, so we'll be pulling up that plastic. We're pulling up some of that plastic, putting more cardboard down, and then covering it with this bark chip mulch. And then eventually the garden will end up at that post there. See that post there. So from one end to the other, it will be 36 meters. So 36 meters by 20 meters. So it is a large garden. But I tried to put in last year and sort of ran out of time. But this year I've got sort of some helpers, and we're making our own compost now, and we've got bark chip. So I'll show you some of the ingredients that go into it. So this here is the compost that we've made. Looking at the color of it, I wish it was a bit further along, but I've sort of learnt, work with what you've got. So this is the horse manure and wood chip, and we've composted it. Actually, when I dig into it, it's not that bad of a color, it's a bit darker. So that's what we actually grow the plants in. And that pile behind me there, that's actually wood chip, like straight from like the tree loppers that put like a eucalyptus tree through their wood chip machine. So that's actually the base of the garden. So all those walkways and the whole base is the wood chip, because that will rot down and become good soil, but it's also good for the pathways, so we don't get weeds and that come through with the fresh wood chip, and we can just keep layering that. But we actually plant the plants themselves into the soil. So there's a bit of a veggie garden update. You will see more over the next few months as more and more things are growing. Let's talk about this solar powered golf buggy. So as you can see, this here is a golf buggy. And when we first got it for the farm, I wasn't too convinced. I'm like, how is this actually going to go on the farm? The thing with this particular golf buggy, we picked it up secondhand. It's got larger wheels than normal, so it's got a little bit more ground clearance. And if you work out physics, maths, engineering, all the rest, if you put larger wheels on something, it actually makes it go faster because the motors are spinning at the same. Anyway, you can work it out. It goes faster, so it's pretty cool. And obviously, we plug it in to charge it up. Now, about 8 years ago, I was at a conference at the Gold Coast that was at like a golf course. I think it was Hope Island Golf Course or something. And I remember just standing there in the lunch break with my brother, and we're just watching the golf buggies go in and out from this sort of underground car park. And we saw this golf buggy come out, and the whole roof was just covered in solar panels. And I'm thinking, how good's that? Like, you're playing golf outside during the day, why don't you put solar panels on it? So we like to build in efficiencies, we like to have surplus and abundance, and one of the things is energy, surplus and abundance of energy. So this machine, it's already got batteries in it. So we literally put solar panels on top. So check this out. Here are the solar panels. So right now, that's charging. And I had professionals do it. So they put all solar regulators and stuff that I don't know what it is. I'm sure if you're an automation engineer or you're an auto electrician or something like that, you'd know exactly what it is. But this green box, it spits out all these little numbers and everything's going through there. You probably can't see all that because of the reflection, but it regulates how much energy is coming through from the solar that charges the batteries. So this is our solar powered golf cart. One thing I've found really cool about this, we've just got, like, it doesn't have like big knobbly grippy four-wheel drive tyres or anything. It is two-wheel drive, but because it's lightweight, I've got it bogged, but I've never needed a vehicle to get it out. I can literally sort of push or pull it out while sort of having a foot on the accelerator. So I actually find it really cool to get around the farm. The other thing, by not having like a vehicle like a diesel or a petrol vehicle, I obviously save on fuel, but I can just literally hop in that right now, put my foot on the accelerator and it goes. Now I can disengage it, like turn the key off. It is just so fast and so efficient. And we built a tow ball on the back of it so we can tow things around. So this is our farm buggy that is powered by the sun. And now the days are getting longer, I don't think we're gonna have to charge it at night. And even if we did, because we've now got solar panels and battery pack on the shed, it's pretty well all powered by the sun. So yeah, that's our little solar powered golf cart that just showed you around the farm here. So I hope you're having an amazing week. This is Project Surplus, where I show you what I'm doing on my farm here in Port Macquarie, New South Wales, Australia, to create a surplus of food and energy for my family. So take care, have a great week.